Hello, everyone, and welcome to What Anna Said podcast. Today, we're seated here with Isaiah Kneubuhl. Most of you remember him from the last episode we shot with him, which was during high school. It was just a year ago, and we were talking about Isaiah's journey, especially as a recipient of the Castati Legacy Scholarship Program. We were sharing everything of his journey from that time, and so we've come back today with an update that we're so excited to share with you. But first of all, thank you so much, Isaiah, for being here. Isaiah's here for only a short amount of time. He's in town, and he's leaving soon, and so we wanted to grab him. He didn't even know we were going to show up at his doorstep today, and so this was a fun little surprise, and we can't wait to dive into to recap everything that he's been doing thus far. Looking back since our last interview in high school, Isaiah, how has the past year been for you?
The past year has been a lot of new experiences, and meeting a lot of new people. The past year I've gone through basic military training, so 2 months of just grueling hours and learning a bunch of new stuff, but also meeting a lot of like different people from different backgrounds and making like relationships that will really last. Like I still talk to some of the guys from there, and then going through tech school, which is training after learning your job, what you're going to be doing, and then graduating that, and now I'm operational, so in the actual Air Force, and still learning and still going through like training and all that. So it's just been a lot of new experiences, a lot of learning curves, and yeah.
Well, that's awesome, Isaiah, because I know the last time when we sat together, we discussed your next step, or the next step that you thought you were going to take, which was pursuing college and going after the football dream. And now we're here where you started doing the training in the Air Force. And how has that transition been for you from what you said you thought you were going to go into, which was football, and then turning your route into this new path?
It's been crazy. It was like a complete 180.
Yeah.
Luckily, I have a great support system that supported me throughout the way, and just letting me figure out what I wanted to do after football didn't work out. But also taking stuff that I learned from then really helped me, like being able to like persevere through like hard times, whether mental or physical, and then even meeting other people who also like they also played like a sport or they're a part of a team. So it was like I have common ground with other people, even in the Air Force. But yeah, it's been like a complete 180, but it's been a good experience so far. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love that, Isaiah. And like you said, it's a lot of learning. I mean, I could just imagine if I'm planning to go this route, and then like, let's say I'm planning to learn how to cook pancakes. And then all of a sudden I'm learning how to cook a full course meal that I've never cooked in my life. And just the training along the way is the same thing, like you going into this new field. And like you said, the whole 180. So I mean, for me, I think I would be pretty kind of scared. But like you said, it just goes back to your support system and how big of a support system you had there along the way for you. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, so Isaiah, we sat together we sat together last year, and we talked about where you were going, everything that we knew then, and the best decisions that you were making then for yourself, which we talked about football, going to school. We even talked about theater and your time in theater and discovering that other side of yourself, and exploring theater and all of the possibilities. One thing that we did not even talk about was this journey, and that was, possibly joining the military, joining the Air Force. And so when this came up and we heard about it and we saw that you went on this path, one of the things that we talk about every single time is that, in a man's heart are many plans, but the Lord's will prevails. And so seeing everything that, coming around here to this update, and we were just sharing off camera earlier before we started, was just how much Isaiah has grown since the last time we've spoken to him. He was, fresh out of high school, still the Isaiah that I remember when I think of Isaiah, the little baby Isaiah, and just seeing him today. And it's like you just transform into a man, into our eyes, just breaking all of your aunties' hearts. But just seeing this growth and I'm just so proud of you. I'm so happy that we get to sit down together. One of the things that I want to know is through this journey, like you shared with us, you went to basic training, you spent 2 months doing something that was brand new. And you did it like jump straight into it. And having to go through that, when you look at this past year, what is the biggest takeaway for you, or something that, whether it's growth or a valuable lesson, something that you have taken away from your journey this far, especially in the last year?
Not to be afraid to try new things. I think it's something that I said last year with like theater and stuff. But yeah, definitely not to be afraid to try new things. And also to keep the Lord first, for sure. Being away from family and being away from home and doing something new was definitely scary, but there was a lot of like nights where I would stay up and I would pray. And the guys around me, like a little story, even in BMT, I made friends with one of the guys there, and we got really close. And I think it was around Easter Sunday or the Sunday before Easter Sunday. He expressed to me that like his faith was growing stronger, going to Sunday services with us every morning, and he wanted to get baptized, but he was scared. And I had told him, I was like, I'll get baptized with you. And then so we ended up doing that together. And so just keeping the Lord first, and then not to be scared of trying anything new.
Yeah, I think you definitely set the example in that with trying anything new. Theater, here in the Air Force, and then, like you shared earlier, taking those same lessons, those were not all in vain. All of those things that you did in high school, and even when you were pursuing what you thought at the time was where you were going, all of those lessons came with you. When you joined the Air Force, those lessons came back, in teamwork, in leadership, even in what the story that you just shared about your friend being scared of walking through something new, and you say, you know what, I got you. And not just in the Air Force, like I got you in life, and saying like, I'll get baptized with you, I'll walk through this journey with you. And I love that, especially knowing you and the family that you come from, and being surrounded by family, and going to a place where you're alone, spending many times praying, talking to God, and then finding your creating that family dynamic within your brotherhood over there. And that's really amazing to see. And I'm not surprised at all that you rose to the occasion, and that you were that person in the story that you share with us, because that's who you are across the board. In whatever space that you're in, you're always going to be that leader, and you're always going to be that person that says like, I got you, you don't have to do it alone. So that's amazing. Good for you, Isaiah. I'm so proud of you.
Okay, so I do have a question for you, Isaiah. I know going through this whole journey to where you are today, I'm sure it came with some hardships along the way, whether it is being away from family for such a long time, because you grew up 18 years alongside of your family, all your family is all you know, and then now you're in another state, hours away, and going through, like you said, gruesome hours of trying to get this training done in a certain amount of time so that you can become an airman. Walk us through some of the hardships that you may have experienced, and also how were you able to overcome those hardships and those obstacles?
I think just being on my own, especially like a new place where I don't know anybody. I think just trying to make relationships fast, building relationships with the people around me. And the Air Force did a great job on like making sure that everyone was working together. There was zero tolerance on like bullying or harassment or anything like that. So I mean, it was really easy to get to know the guys, to get to know people around me. And then even in tech school, we were given more freedom. like you had your phone now, you had cars, you could leave the base.
Yeah.
So I think just making those key relationships with the people around me, and just keeping a routine for sure. Like even after basic finished, I still try to keep a routine. Like, okay, in the morning I'm gonna wake up and do this, and like I'll wake up and I'll make my bed and I'll start with a win for that day, and then I'll go on to the next thing and try to keep a daily routine going and stay like on the clock with everything. And then before you know it, it's the end of the day and you're putting your head down. So yeah, definitely just trying to keep a routine. Even when I'm up by myself in Kansas, I'll try and like wake up, do something productive, then go to work. And then after work, I'll go work out. I'll just try to stay productive. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Isaiah. Like you said, relationships, building the relationships with your peers there in your airman class. I know that relationships is so important. And like your parents says that for a reason. When you're growing up, you are who you surround yourself with. And for you, Isaiah, going into this new uncertainty of not knowing what's going to happen, or I don't know, like you said, Air Force, the good thing with them is they don't play around. There's no time for bullying or any of that. Like it's teaching about teamwork and building relationships. And I think that that's really awesome. And also, like you mentioned, not just relationships, but also keeping a what's the word that you said? Not a schedule. Was it a schedule? Routine. Yes, having a routine and staying with that routine and continuing to what's another good thing I can add to this routine to make sure that I'm staying aligned with my purpose and all the things that I need to do. And that's something that even me as a mom, I'm still trying to get down is a routine. I think a routine's really good. I'm not very good at keeping routines or tasks. I think because I kind of get scared because I can't, sometimes I may not fulfill the task and I'm like, okay, I quit. But definitely that's something that I think we can all take away, even our listeners online tuning in, is to have a routine and to make sure you can check off those things. Like you said, making your bed in the morning. I've heard that many times for so many people from across many platforms. Making your bed the first thing in the morning can really set the tone for the rest of your day. And just coming with the heart of thankfulness and gratefulness. So thank you, Isaiah.
Yes, just hearing you talk and just hearing how you really committed yourself to this, disciplined life and making the conscious effort every single day. Let me start with the win. Let me make my bed. Let me be productive today. Let me get to work and do the things I need to do. But I just BU being in the Air Force, it's only bringing out the qualities that you literally, Isaiah, if you've known Isaiah all his life, this is who he is. He's always been just responsible, just upholding the standard wherever it is. And I see that you're doing that here in the Air Force as well. But looking forward, because we don't want to take up all of your time. We know it's so valuable, especially now that you're back home for a little bit, hanging out with everyone. Looking forward, where do you see yourself in the near future, in 2 years? And what lessons are you taking with you? What things have you learned thus far in this journey that you're taking with you as you go into these next few years in your journey?
Definitely looking forward to seeing what the Air Force has for me as far as like building a career, because I do like the job that I have in the Air Force. I think it suits me, and the people around me who are more experienced in the job, who've been there for longer, and they have like everything good to say about the career field. So
What career field is that?
6 Charlie contracting, so I'm a contracting specialist. And yeah, I mean, so we have like military members in the office as well as like civilian people, and they've been in the job for like a long time. And just hearing their stories, I started out lucky. I got a head start with a lot of stuff. So just really grateful for that, and want to see where that takes me. And as well as learning new things along the way, and trying to be more spontaneous with like different stuff.
Yeah.
Spontaneity.
Yes. And that's why you keep learning every day. The learning never stops. But yes, thank you so much, Isaiah. Just hearing about the career path, that you're in right now with the line of work that you're in the Air Force. I'm so excited to see where that takes you. You're right where you need to be to develop those skills. And, a lot of times, leadership skills and leadership growth comes from stepping into a role that stretches your current skills. And that's exactly where you're in right now. I'm so excited to see you soar. I'm so excited to see you serve and maximize everything that you're in, all your potential. So I'm so excited to see that. Thank you so much for sitting with us today. Thank you for sharing your story with us, your update. I'm excited for the next time that we get together and hear about where you are then. And thank you for your service. Yeah. So Kim, I'm going to have you close this out.
Yes. All right. Before I close this out, Isaiah, I did want to say, is there anything you would like to, any word of encouragement or something that you can give to our listeners or our viewers online, a word of encouragement or whatever it is that you would like to share?
Just following the theme of everything, just try new things. Don't be afraid to do something just because someone else might say it's hard or challenging. Experience it for yourself. See how you go about it, and then make the conscious decision for yourself. But don't be afraid to try new things.
Okay. That's it.
And that's it. And that's the end of the episode, y'all. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Like Isaiah said, try new things. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Yes, and opportunity, difficulty is a time for opportunity and a time for growth, and to be comfortable being uncomfortable so that you can grow. So thank you, Isaiah. Thank you for this time that we're able to sit here today. And like we say all the time, thank you for tuning in to another episode of What Anna Said podcast. Bye.